Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. To get ourselves a treat.
Now we're back.
We are back.
We're back. Ready to kill it.
Yes.
So,
very intimate episode. We're very close to each other. In this
are we?
one. We're in a different atmosphere.
We're at my place.
Yeah,
But
kicking it.
exactly, we're facing a TV. We could be watching something right now on mute.
We could.
We could, you know. I got an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just put this baby up here. But bam. Right?
Yeah.
And we'll just put on a movie. Just put on any movie. So how you doing, T-Kettle?
Pretty good.
Doing pretty good?
Yeah. You know, running and stuff.
You
Doing
running
some healthy
stuff? How's that going? You still dance rushing it up?
Oh yeah, you know it.
Did you email the arcade next?
CJ Bear? No,
yeah.
No.
No, you didn't. You didn't do it?
No, I don't think that'll work out.
No.
How are you doing?
You know, same old shit. Nope. My dog is like going crazy right now. She's not going crazy, but you know. So what do you want to watch while we talk about stuff? Something obviously we've seen before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is my sister's Netflix, so it's like there's just a bunch of dumb stuff.
Go to the critically acclaimed movies.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Ooh, Batman Begins, Dark Knight, Gran Torino. Oh, they put My Week with Marilyn on there. I've always wanted to see that. Nice. Definitely adding that to my list. Yeah, we'll just put Spectacular Now on and just chill.
Okay.
So.
So.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot to talk about.
No, we don't. There's not a lot of news. This is definitely intentionally a shorter episode.
Yeah.
Because I am tired as balls. Paris, come on, just chill. And Paris is my dog, for those of you who... I'm not here with, like, Paris Hilton or anything. Yo, Paris Hilton, just chill, bro. You know?
Stop doing that cocaine.
That's hot. That's hot. Man, she hasn't been in the news in forever. She's kind of fallen off. Anyway, let's talk about some news, shall we?
Yes.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
I do the cha-cha like a sissy girl.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
News might just be something I love.
Back to you, fuckers!
One of the pieces of news, I'm pretty sure it's the Robert Pattinson one.
Yeah, it's
100%. Like
it's like 100% confirmed.
I kind of felt like we knew that already.
Yeah, we pretty much did, but you know, there was always like those people who are like,
we're gonna make a difference if we just complain enough.
Yeah, like we're gonna sign a petition, blah 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 blah. Apparently, the petitions are getting out of hand.
Yeah, they are getting.
You know what I mean?
They don't mean anything anymore.
No, they don't. And like I said, they're a meme, or like Jake said, they're a meme. It's ridiculous. Let's get Danny DeVito to play Detective Pikachu, which probably would have been dope.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I would have loved it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I see what he can bring to the character. I know we've talked about this to death, but I love it, dude.
Yeah.
I love him. He's like such a good actor. You know, there was I think it was called Fandor. You ever heard of Fandor?
No,
He's like he's kind of like a nerd writer, every frame of painting.
Oh, okay.
You know, kind of video essay guy. He did a thing about Robert Pattinson and his career. You know.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
It's really good. So I'll actually put it in the description. So if you guys want to know why Robert Pattinson is a good Batman,
why we have faith,
watch this video by Fandor, because it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, what else we got here?
One more thing, I believe?
Just one more thing, yeah. Mark Webb is directing the Snow White live-action remake. They're really going for it, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're really going for this live-action remake thing. We've also talked about this to death as well, though.
I think they just probably plan on doing every single one of them at this point.
Yeah, like all the classics at least.
Yeah.
Like
all the ones that like desperately need them.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, Snow White could probably use a revival of some kind, because that animation is great. And Snow White, without Snow White, we wouldn't even have like animated
that was like
movies.
Probably it
was like the first feature-length animated movie.
Yeah,
you know, and that's pretty amazing. But you got to admit, some of the animation is like a little dated looking. You
I
know,
mean, that's true.
but again, that's not a bad thing or anything. I think it adds to the charm. You know, but yeah, live act. I mean, Snow White's always like, I don't want to call her the black sheep because she technically shouldn't be the black sheep of the princess gang, right?
No, I mean, she's the oldest.
She's the oldest.
She's like 70 years old.
Yeah, that's true. She's the first, but it's like I don't really see people talk about her that much. She doesn't get like the notoriety of like some of the newer princesses get,
It's true. It's true.
So where's that live action Little Mermaid coming out?
Dang, that'll probably be next.
Yeah,
I think it's probably closer to something like that than we'll see like an Aristocrats movie.
Aristocats.
Aristocats.
Oh, is that Brie Larson?
Yeah, she's in the.
Brie Larson's in Spectacular now.
You didn't know
I
that?
totally forgot. I didn't know.
She's the ex.
I totally forgot about that. Dang, she was in so many good movies.
Uh-huh.
What happened? No.
What do you mean? What happened?
By the way, it's official now. I've come to the decision.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel's my least favorite Marvel movie.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's not even saying the movie's bad because I don't think it's like terrible or anything. It ain't X-Men Origins Wolverine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking from a political perspective. I know people think like she's fucking like killing babies like in her basement or something. The way people talk about her sometimes, it's kind of ridiculous, I'm like, just chill sometimes. But at the same time, I can kind of see why people might think she's unlikable, just from like some of the interviews I've seen of her, and I'm like, ooh, you know what I mean? Maybe
I
she
haven't
just
watched any of that.
yeah, she kind of gives off this very unlikable vibe.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Oh yeah, big time. It's real bad. And there's like stories like inside press saying like the other Marvel cast didn't like working with her and all this other crap. Putting all that crap aside, strictly from a movie perspective, there's nothing within me that would even want to really watch Captain Marvel if it was on TV. Like Thor: The Dark World, which is now my second least favorite, at least that to me has some redeeming qualities. Like the funeral scene. The funeral scene's great.
I have no clue what scene you're talking about.
You have no clue? It's when they're like shooting. It's when, spoiler alert for Thor: The Dark World, even though it's been out for like whatever. When Thor's mom dies, they have that funeral scene for his mom, and they're like shooting arrows in the air, and they all like light up and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And stuff like I thought that was a really beautiful scene, probably the only really good scene in the movie. But at least that has some like redeemable scenes to me. Like with Captain Marvel, I can't think of anything that really sticks out to me. Personally.
No, I get it.
Yeah, but we totally sidetracked here. But
Yeah. So
but nothing against Brie Larson. I don't know her as a person. Maybe if I met her, I'd be like, oh, she's great.
Yeah.
You know?
I think you're going back to the Snow White.
Yeah,
thing,
Snow White.
I think you're more excited for all of these remakes than I am.
I think it goes beyond that. I think I'm the only one excited for these remakes
on the planet.
On the planet, because nobody. Well, first when like Jungle Book came out, Maleficent doesn't count. Neither does Alice in Wonderland. Those don't count.
Which is funny because these make money.
Oh yeah, they make a ton
anybody
of
who
money.
complains about them, they still go see them.
They make a ton of money. But it feels like lately, ever since like Aladdin, The Lion King, Dumbo, people have been really like harping on these.
Yeah.
It was like I remember when Jungle Book came out, everyone was like on board. They're like, yeah, like this is cool. But then after a while, people were like, this is bad.
Well, yeah, but like now it's like what 3 a year or something like that. Like that's way too much.
They're peddling a little too much. Oh, dude, that's the girl. I love Shailene Woodley. Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, freaking Snow White. I could see it. I could see it if it's not Snow White and the Huntsman or Mirror Mirror, because those were not great.
I forgot about those. So Snow
Yeah.
White and the Huntsman wasn't even like a Snow White.
It wasn't even like, yeah, you're right. Like I don't know what, and they made a sequel to that too, The Huntsman.
Obviously, I didn't see
And
that.
Snow White wasn't even in it, so they made a Snow White sequel without Snow
Snow White.
I remember seeing the trailer for Snow White and the Huntsman, and I thought, that's cool. It has some potential.
I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, me too. I was like, a darker take on the Snow White mythos. I'm like, that's cool. That's cool. But the movie was just kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
And then Mirror Mirror was released within like the same month, and I didn't even see that because that was directed by Tarsem Singh, and I'm like, I'm sorry,
It's
but
unfortunate because he did The Fall.
The Fall,
right?
yeah.
Dude, what a fall from grace.
no
That had to
pun.
have been,
Yeah.
that had to have been one of like the best like movies and then just like, whoa, just
Yeah.
what was it, Immortals? Like,
Oh, Immortals was so bad,
whoa,
dude.
what a drop.
I saw that in theaters. I was so pissed. I flicked off the screen when it was done. That's how mad I was at that movie. I was like, are you serious? And they sequel baited it too. I'm like, no.
Fuck no.
No, dude. That movie was so bad. That movie was like 300. Like, people, they were still in that mode of like, let's try to be 300 for some reason. And I'm like, why? Why are you guys trying to be 300? It was so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, The Cell as well.
The Cell?
That was real bad. Did you see that one?
No. I don't even know that one.
Yeah, that one is bad, dude. Vincent D'Onofrio's in it. Vince Vaughn is in it. Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, wait. I do know what that one is. Yeah.
They're like trying to go in the mind of like a serial killer or whatever.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so it's just nah. Sorry, Tarsum. No disrespect.
Sorry, boy.
You know, The Fall. I haven't seen The Fall. That's
Fan
like
fucking tastic.
that's what I hear. Like that's the crazy part. Like I've seen all of his almost all of his films except his good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You need to change that.
I know, for real.
Because, what was it? David Fincher and Spike Jonze attached their name to it.
Damn.
Presented by these two guys.
Right.
Whoa.
That's amazing. So hopefully his new Snow White by Mark Webb can be better than that one.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't
It's
see
not-
Mirror
not hard
Mirror,
to do,
but yeah, I didn't see Mirror Mirror, but it did not get good reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it got even worse reviews than Snow White and the Huntsman. So yeah, it's good to see a real tale there.
And that is the end of the
That's the end of the news.
It is time for 3,000 trailers.
3,000 trailers. Okay.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Annabelle 3 trailer
Annabelle
2.
3.
Annabelle comes home, and she should stay home. No, I'm joking. What did you think?
It didn't really do that much more for me than the first one.
Okay.
I will say that, okay, so I wasn't really that interested in the jump scares. Like, that was like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I did like that little montage at the end. It had some cool visual style.
Yeah,
to
for
it.
sure. See, that's one thing is like, I was telling you when we just rewatched it, like not 10 minutes ago. I think this trailer sold me more on the film, but not by much. But just a little bit, because the first trailer didn't really have like a style to it, didn't really have like any flair. There was no aesthetic. There was no feng shui. You know what I mean?
Alright.
Yeah. There was a little feng shui to this trailer. I was like, okay, I could see there's a little more effort being put into this film than I initially thought.
Maybe I'm giving it a little bit too much credit, and you can stop me right here. But like that during that montage, I was getting like a De Palma vibe from it.
No, yeah, I got you. Some of it was effective. To me, obviously I didn't really jump or anything when I rewatched it, but when I watched it the first time, that coin gag kind of did get me a little
Really?
bit. It did. Just because I expected the jump scare, but I thought it was a creepy jump scare where like the coin is up to the dude's eye and then the coin just turns into the dude's eye. That was creepy.
See, the edit, the cut between like looking at it and then like looking into the darkness happened so quickly, and then it popped out like so quickly. Like that was the only thing, because if you would have stayed there for a little bit, it's like, where else would it have come from?
Right.
So the fact that it was such a quick moment,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, like,
Yeah.
it got me maybe a
little bit, yeah,
more
for sure.
than. I mean, because it's always like, where is it going to come from?
Right.
And that's why I thought that the Nun trailer that they put out was so good, because it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this is what you're looking at. It's it's bait.
Yeah.
It's like, look here, and then it comes out from
That-
this. I was like, whoa.
That was effective. I'll admit.
was
I remember.
effective.
Like I said, The Nun is not a bad movie, I don't think. I think The Nun is just kind of mediocre, but you can tell they put so much effort and love into that film that it just didn't work out. You know, it's not like something like what's a horror film? I don't know. The First Ouija or something, where they're just like, or like Truth or Dare. That's probably a better one. Truth or Dare, where they're like, yeah, let's just make a horror film. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
But I don't know. Jump scares are kind of like boring to me.
Yeah, that you're right.
That's why I like the atmosphere of the It trailer a little bit more.
Yes, you're right. You're right. And one thing that we were also talking about, Bubbles.
From The Wire. Let's go.
Let's
He's the
go.
teacher.
Dude, I love this movie. This movie sold me on A24 because I was against A24 for a while because they did Spring Breakers,
Yep.
and I was like, fuck A24, like who would ever want to release this movie? But then I saw this movie and I'm like, okay, all right, maybe they can do some good stuff. And then after a while, I was like, maybe. And then after a while, I'm like, okay, maybe.
I mean, from a business tactic, Spring Breakers wasn't a bad idea.
Yeah.
It made money, so.
Did it?
It made some money.
It's actually not very critically acclaimed. It's like 65%.
Yeah.
Which ain't bad, which it shouldn't be fresh in my personal opinion, and I can't believe it's fresh. But the audience score for that film, which gives me a little hope for humanity, is actually like bad.
Yeah.
You know. So well, oh yeah, sorry. About Annabelle, one thing I will say, and we were talking about this when we rewatched it, is like they're really putting the Warrens in the forefront of this trailer. Mm-hmm. They're like, this is basically The Conjuring 3, blah, 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 blah. Nope. I guarantee you they're in like the first 10 minutes, and then they're gone for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Until maybe like the end when they come back or something. Yeah. I guarantee you they're gone for most of it.
You ever seen the movie 4 Rooms?
No.
With Quentin Tarantino directs a part of it.
Yeah.
There's a segment directed by Robert Rodriguez, and
yeah.
it's like the bellhop has to like watch these kids or whatever and like babysits them, and when Antonio Banderas comes home, like the whole room is fucked.
Really?
And like that's what I imagine like the end of this movie is like the Warrens come in and like the house is just fucked. There's just demon goo everywhere.
Ectoplasm everywhere. Like what the Ghostbusters come in.
Oh my god.
The Conjuring Ghostbusters universe.
Oh no.
Oh man. Yeah, but I guarantee you, because they hire a babysitter for their daughter, which is one thing I'm like,
why that house? Why would you ever do that?
Yeah, like why not take your daughter
to the
babysitter's house and just leave her there? Yeah. Well, I guess I don't know if you can do that if it's for like a couple days. I don't know. I'd have to watch.
I don't think rules apply when you have mystical objects.
Yeah, you're right. And hopefully, I don't remember from the other Conjuring movies how easy that room is to access. I can't really remember.
Yeah, because they make it seem like it's Area 51.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't really remember. Hopefully, I'm also kind of interested to explore that room, because that room has always been it's been in both Conjuring films, and they never really did much with it. Mm-hmm. They're just kind of like, hey, this is a room filled with mystical objects. I'm like, dude, every single object has a history. Like, I want to explore that history. Like, what's up with that samurai gear? You know?
Yeah.
What's up with that? You know, let's learn some of it.
It seems like we will a little bit more.
Yeah. So I hope that's the case with this one.
Yeah. So I haven't seen the other ones, so I don't even really know if I'm going to see this one.
Yeah, I didn't see the first one. The second one, though, is really good. Someone was talking, I think it was Chris Stuckman was actually talking about the Conjuring universe, and he was like, he's a little disappointed with the Conjuring universe because everything not directed by James Wan except Annabelle Creation has not been great, is what he said. Mm-hmm. And I can kind of agree with that. It's just so weird how Annabelle Creation was good, because it's just kind of like in the middle of the whole series.
Yeah, that's pretty unusual.
Yeah, it's like out of all of them, you didn't expect that one to be good, but it is good. And then I think The Nun is like okay, and then Curse of La Llorona didn't look good at all. That looked real bad.
Yeah.
And then Annabelle 1.
I keep forgetting that's part of it.
I know, it's so weird. And then Annabelle 1, no. Yeah. It's directed by the same guy who did Mortal Kombat Annihilation, so I think I'm going to skip that one.
Mortal Kombat.
All right. Trailer number
oh boy
2, Changeland. Seth Green.
Wow, Seth Green, no, please stop.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
This trailer I also probably should have rewatched.
Is this a Party Monster sequel? You know what that movie is?
I don't know what that is.
Well, Macaulay Culkin and Seth Green, I believe, are in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin's in this one too.
Yeah.
And he's got what's the word? He's got a bunny ears on, because that's his podcast. The Bunny Ears podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this movie looks super flat.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
Think so? It's written and directed by Seth Green as well. It does look like it's more serious though than some of the other stuff he's done.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
It's like, how did you get that budget? Shouldn't you be, if you're pretty rich, I assume, you know, you've had a lot of jobs in the past.
Yeah, you do Family Guy every week.
Yeah. And you don't you're basically making a student film.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because I will say, though, I was not with the trailer for most of it because I think that the trailer was edited so poorly.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this
it pans over and then it's like starts to slow down. It's like that like speed up and then
yeah.
Weird.
And then I was almost expecting a 90s voiceover.
Cheesy,
Don LaFontaine to like come in, be like, Seth Green was just your average everyday guy. I was like, oh,
It's so fitting though.
Right? Like if that 90s voiceover appeared, would you be surprised?
No.
No. Yeah, but I will say toward the end, I could see some potential in some of it. Like I saw like the heart. I saw some of the heart being shown.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm sure he's got a good story that he wants to tell, that he has passion in or whatever.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm curious. I don't know if it's gonna be a theater movie. It doesn't look like a theater movie. Probably like a limited release, if anything. Mm-hmm. But people were talking about it on Stardust, so I'm like, all right, might as well talk about it because it's a trailer.
Yeah. We're talking about it. But it doesn't mean we're saying good things about it.
Yeah, I mean,
what are they saying about it?
Oh, I didn't look at the reviews. I just saw people were reacting to it.
Gotcha.
And then I just kind of watched it and put it on the list. So, Shailene Woodley, man. Shailene Woodley is so. Oh, dude, she's the bomb. She was supposed to be Mary Jane in Amazing Spider-Man 2. Really? Yeah, but they cut her scenes out. They filmed it and everything. There's behind the scenes photos of her as Mary Jane, but they cut it out. They didn't know what they were doing with that movie, man, because they were just cramming everything into that movie. Can you, as packed and jumbled as that movie is, can you imagine also having Mary Jane in it? That's insane.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
That is just crazy.
Also, as packed and jumbled as it is, how did it have such a good soundtrack? Do you remember the score at the end where they were at that electric plane or whatever, and every time it would light up, like a different sound would come through?
Well, they use like dubstep elements for like a lot of it,
that was fucking cool.
And that's kind of fitting for like electro.
Yeah.
I will admit, yeah, you're right.
Zimmer, right?
Hans Zimmer. It was Hans Zimmer and Pharrell Williams, actually. They teamed up to do it. And then, so I remember when, as much as I don't like the film, the Times Square battle, pretty cool. And when Electro was like raging or whatever, and he just slams the ground, and then the dubstep comes out with like the electricity, I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
But that movie as a whole did not work.
Yes.
Speaking of things that may or may not work, even though that segue doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Or actually, it kind of does, because I could be like Tim Gunn. Make it work. From the fashion show, Project Runway.
I don't know that. I don't know.
All right. Oh, speaking of shows, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you this. Have you been keeping up with Jeopardy? You know what's happening, right?
The guy?
James?
Dude,
yeah,
he's
James.
sweeping.
He's insane.
Yeah.
James Holzhauer, I think his name is.
I watched a video on his like tactics and stuff like that.
Yeah, he goes from the bottom up and he like scatters.
He's a gambler.
So people can't touch him. Dude, it's insane. And he holds the top 5 biggest money earners.
Top 10.
Top 10?
Top 10.
He got 10? So
yeah, he beat what's his name? Roger. Oh god, serial killer Roger.
Serial killer Roger. Dude, I wonder, has he beat Ken Jennings yet? He's close.
He's close because like on 45, he had 2 million.
Yeah.
And Ken had 2.6 with 76 wins.
Yeah.
So he's got significantly less wins, and he's about to hit it.
Yeah. So he's definitely the Avengers Endgame of Jeopardy. Like he's
nuts. I don't think he can be stopped.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. How long is he going to be on there? Who's going to beat him?
Whoever beats him is going to go down in history in their own way.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Someone almost beat him. There was one time he only won by like $20.
Yeah, is that the one where he bet like coins or whatever? Like in the last one, he bet like 2 dimes.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, someone almost beat him by $18. I think it was $18. That was close. That's the closest someone has ever gotten. How does this guy he must be like, something must be going on up here.
95% of the final Jeopardy questions.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Dude's a genius.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how he just keeps all this trivia in his head.
Yeah.
He's like Rain Man, dude. And he's a little socially awkward, it seems like, so it's kind of like he's a genius. Like that's most geniuses are like socially awkward.
He's goodwill.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hunted.
You're right. That was damn, dude. Yeah, it's crazy what's been going on with him. He's probably the best Jeopardy player ever. In all honesty, or one of. Definitely top 5.
Yeah, up there with Brad, Roger, and
Brad Roger has won the most out of anybody over time.
Brad is insane, dude.
I think he's won like $4 million, but that includes like his 20-year career.
Yeah.
You know, so he's won $4 million
Yeah.
over
and
20
it's unfair
years.
because that dude looks way too good to be that smart.
I know, right?
Sorry.
I know. It's like leave something for the rest of us, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah, save some for the fishies, as we used to say back in the day.
I know, right? Make it work.
Okay, In Fabric.
In Fabric.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this movie looks awesome.
Really?
I think it looks awesome.
It's about a killer dress.
Yes, it's about a killer dress.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a couple things going through my mind. One, the Duke of Burgundy, which I saw. It's the same director. Had a really like interesting surreal style to it, and it was a pretty like standard story. Like it wasn't that it didn't need it, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And then on top of this movie also has like an Argento kind of feel to it.
I
like,
got
in the
that
style.
And like David Lynch meets Argento as the.
And the premise was totally Jodorowsky when he did Santa Sangre. Like that movie's basically like Psycho, but like the dude uses only his mother's hands or whatever.
Oh my god.
It's super weird.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so all that, I'm like, this is so campy and great. I kind of want to see it.
Yeah, dude. It's yeah, no, I think it looks pretty good as well. When you send the message, like it's kind of like Her in a way, where it's like it's a movie about a killer dress, and they're like, what?
That sounds dumb.
It's like that sounds so
That's
dumb,
as
but it's
dumb
like
as the killer,
but like
tire.
yeah. Oh well, that movie. I don't know. But yeah, this movie, it actually looks like there's some depth to it. It seems like more than it's just a killer dress. Like it seems like there's something more to it.
Yeah.
And it does seem very art housey. So this is definitely not going to be for everyone. I can pretty much immediately tell.
Yeah.
Like this is not for everybody. But I think for cinephiles like me and you, and people who like love bold films, and people who love risky films, I think this is a good bet for people like
it's
us.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it looks kind of like psychologically creepy. So like, it's kind of, the trailer kind of advertises like a horror film vibe, you know? I don't even know if it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be definitely much more psychological, like a psychological thriller. Like I don't think this is going to be very horror filmish. So again, if you're expecting a horror film, I probably wouldn't bet your bets on this one.
Yeah.
You know? But this is definitely something unique and different. And this is why I kind of have to give some respect for A24, because they're the kind of one of the only ones releasing bold films like this.
Yeah.
You know, it's like them.
Trying to
like,
put them in theaters too.
Exactly. It's like them and like Fox Searchlight and like
Sony Picture Classics.
Sony Picture Classics.
But they've been kind of, I mean,
Focus Features. They do some stuff like that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a supporter of A24, even though I don't like love every movie that they do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, same. Yeah, they're not like the seal of quality.
I don't expect any like company, including there's even some Criterion films where I'm like, I'm not that crazy about it.
Yeah.
It's like that's just the way it is, man.
Yeah.
Not everything can be
Exactly.
tailor made for me.
Exactly. All right. And now let's get to the trailer that I think probably looks like this is one of my favorites, and that is straight up The Goldfinch.
Yes.
It looks really good.
It looks awesome.
We just rewatched it, and yeah, I didn't really get a sense of the plot or like the story, but I like that.
Yeah.
Though. It's kind of, I don't want to say cryptic, but it just doesn't show you a lot. Like this is what a trailer should be.
Yeah.
You know?
It's kind of euphoric.
It is.
Yeah, I was gonna like kind of like a spiritual vibe, like a Cloud Atlas from the trailer.
Yeah, and it kind of seems like you're following this guy's life from like childhood trauma.
Yeah, there's so much that happens in this. Like
I know there's so many characters and
so many clips of like he's got a gun in one point. I'm like, what?
I
is
know,
going
right?
on?
Like, yeah.
It's basically like a lifetime that happens within one movie.
You see like Luke Wilson, you see Finn Wolfhard, and you're like, you see Jeffrey Wright, Nicole Kidman, you're like, how do these people fit into this story?
Yeah.
Like, who are these people to him?
They're just people that come and go.
Right. I'm like, this is interesting.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this.
And what is the Goldfinch? I'm guessing it's the painting, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know anything about this book. Like,
Oh, it's a book?
It's huge.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it. Mm-hmm. So, but it does look really good.
That's probably why I was thinking it was so vague, was the fact that people know the story.
Yeah.
And I don't, so...
That's the way I like it.
I'm a fan of this. I like this.
I like it.
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
There you go. No, but yeah, I love the cinematography, too.
Yeah.
And the score... It's so good, dude. I'm telling you, like this trailer. I don't know. I just kind of forgot about it because I've been so busy lately, but it really kind of hit me emotionally. Like on the first viewing, I was like, "Dang, like this is good. Like this is good." I love the color palette too. It's obviously gold, but
Yeah.
it's great. So
It looks awesome.
It does. It does. Let's save this next trailer for the last one.
Okay.
So let's go to the kitchen.
Oh boy.
So here's an interesting thing. I've heard people talking about the kitchen. Okay, I thought the TV shut off.
Oh yeah, so I thought you turned it off. You're
No.
like, okay, we need to stop this so you can focus on my argument.
No.
quick.
So I saw people talking about the kitchen, like on Stardust. People reacting to this new movie, The Kitchen. I literally just add it to the list. That's what I do when I see like new trailer. I just add it to the list, and I'm like, all right, let me watch this trailer. I put it on YouTube. DC Comics channel has it on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I'm like, what is this? Click on it. It's a DC Vertigo property. And I'm like, oh, okay. Vertigo is an imprint of DC Comics.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know, an imprint is basically like a secondary imprint from a company. Like Marvel has, what do they have? I know they have like Marvel Knights, Marvel Max, stuff like that, where there are stories that don't take place in the continuity of the Marvel comics. Like DC's got Vertigo, where like V for Vendetta is like Vertigo.
Okay.
So, or like Watchmen was Vertigo. So they were separate from the DC continuity, but DC published them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Under their Vertigo imprint. Now, actually, they brought Watchmen into the real DC universe. I don't know if you heard that. The Doomsday Clock storyline. It's taken them like 4 years to release 10 comics, which is crazy. But yeah, so this is a Vertigo comic book. I had no idea. So
Yeah, I saw that DC popped up on it, and I'm like, what?
yeah,
I
that's
was
like
super confused.
Yeah.
I thought it was a joke.
yeah. Apparently, it's based off of a comic series or graphic novel called The Kitchen from Vertigo. Let me just look this up so I can get it down. I'm surprised no one even talked about it though, because I follow comicbookmovie.com. Every day I'm on that website. This is technically a comic book movie.
They didn't deem it worthy.
They didn't. Yeah, they never even. Not one word was ever spoken about this film. This film straight up came out of nowhere. So. Yeah, dude. DC Vertigo. Let's see here. The film is based on the graphic novel of the same name by Ali Masters and Ming Doyle. So let's just go through. Film stars Melissa McCarthy, Tiffany Haddish, and Elizabeth Moss as the wives of Irish mobsters who take over organized crime operations in the 1970s in Hell's Kitchen after the FBI arrests their husbands. Okay, the reason I had to read that was because I did forget like most of this trailer.
So it's widows.
Yeah, it's basically widows. Even though the graphic novel came out first, but I don't know about this movie.
Well, I'm surprised you're not jumping to the negative side.
I can't remember the trailer. That's why I probably should have rewatched it.
So to me, this trailer looks like was it Cold Pursuit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it looked like that, where it really didn't know what genre.
Like what the
to be.
tone was very
Yeah,
off.
the tone was all over the place. And then you have these two kind of known comedy actresses trying to go into a more dramatic side.
Oh yeah, Tiffany Haddish. I can't take seriously.
It's weird because like I can see you doing it, like not everyone needs to be associated with like that one genre and everything like that, but like when you have like two people that are like breaking out of it like simultaneously. Well, I know Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
She had like
Can You Ever Forgive Me and stuff
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of rubbing me the wrong way.
Plus, I feel like, and again, this is just a trailer, so it's probably not. I hope it's not as bad in the movie, but I can't remember. Wasn't there kind of like a forced kind of like we're women and like we got to go against what men say because we're strong and powerful.
I don't remember.
You know what I mean? It was just a little forced. I don't know.
I watched it last night.
I can't remember either. I could be completely wrong. I might be having the Batwoman trailer stuck in my head. But yeah, did you see that?
No.
All right, we'll talk about it later. It's insane. I can't really remember much about this trailer, but you're right. The tone was kind of all over the place, and it kind of just seems like a movie that might just kind of come and go. You know,
100% what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So this is just interesting that DC decided to throw money at this film I'm confused.
Yeah.
DC Vertigo.
Maybe they're just thinking like, oh,
Maybe
the
they-
success of the Widows. and they're
Yeah,
like,
maybe people just wanted to adapt the property, and DC owned the rights. They're like, all right, well, we'll do the Vertigo. You know, it's under Vertigo,
we'll
so
help, I guess.
yeah. So, I wonder if there's. Can't remember. I mean, I know V for Vendetta was A History of Violence, Stardust, Oh wait, no, that's sorry. No. Those are all Vertigo films.
Mm-hmm.
Constantine, History of Violence, Stardust, and V for Vendetta are the other
I haven't
Vertigo
seen-
films.
Wow, I didn't know that History of Violence was. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, History of Violence is a Vertigo comic. Stardust, I didn't know was a Vertigo comic, but yeah, it is.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not interested in this movie.
Yeah, nah, not necessarily jumping out of my seat to see it. So it is interesting though to see a smaller scale DC film, technically, kind of. Anyway, onward
Onward.
to onward.
Onward to onward.
Mm-hmm. The teaser.
Yes.
This is Pixar's next film.
It is.
Yeah, Pixar's next film.
Which is kind of, I think it's like one of the most out there
Concepts.
Pixar. Yeah, concepts.
Yeah,
for
it's
Pixar.
you know what kind of reminds me of, and I don't mean this to sound like a bad thing, but when I say it, it's gonna sound like a bad
Oh,
thing.
here we go.
It reminds me of Bright. Remember that movie with Will Smith
Oh.
on Netflix? It kind of reminds me of Bright, where they just have like trolls and like the fantasy kind of thing, just like chilling in the real world.
Yeah.
Although where that movie took like, let's make it like a dark, gritty movie. This is like, no, let's make it fun.
Yeah.
You know? And again, it is a teaser, so there's really not much to go off of, but Tom Holland and Chris Pratt are in it. They play
They're
brothers.
cute together.
Yeah, always. And they're cute, period. T-Kettle.
Yes.
And yeah, it's basically just about a bunch of elves, right? Who are like chilling.
Yeah.
They're just chilling in the real world.
And in the teaser they painted a little bit of the community and stuff like that, and you get to see like unicorns like eating out of trash and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
They're like, you lift the lid off.
No gnomes, garden gnomes.
That was funny. I thought I didn't see that coming. It's
Yeah.
like there's just like gnomes chilling, and then another gnome comes out. It's like, hey,
They get paid to be a garden gnome.
yeah. But get back to work. It was great.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it looks like they're putting a lot of effort into the world building.
Yeah, and I hope that's where it shines. Didn't the beginning of the trailer kind of start with something like it used to be kind of like an older, like mystical land, kind of like fantasy land?
Yeah, it's basically medieval magic, like into the real modern world.
Yeah, and then it just transitions
to an airplane flying over.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, I remember that. That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it looks like it could be good.
Yeah.
I have faith in Pixar usually, almost always.
Yeah, for sure.
There's only one time I think where they betrayed me, and that was Cars 2.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's the black sheep.
Horseshit.
That's the black sheep. I'm waiting.
I will say this 1,000 times. There is a plot point in that movie that Mater shits his pants in front of everybody, and there's this big mystery involved with it.
Oh no!
He just starts spraying bolts everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? This is a kids movie. Oh my god,
That's so
infuriating.
That's so weird. Yeah, the Cars. Well, the Cars series is kind of the black sheep of Pixar, but especially Cars 2.
I liked Cars 1. Especially
Yeah.
when Paul Newman is the voice of he's the voice of a character that is kind of like his legacy has kind of like faded.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, that's sad.
Yeah. Did you see Cars 3?
I haven't.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. But yeah, you're right. Pixar though, their batting average is amazing.
Usually pretty high.
Did you see The Good Dinosaur?
No, but I heard it's pretty good. But it was a follow up to like Inside Out. Which,
Yeah.
That's ooh Nelly.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that one. Look.
Oh my gosh, Mary Elizabeth Winstead is in this film? Why do I forget about this stuff? Holy crap,
Crazy, dude.
Dude, she is prime real estate, dude. You know what she's probably eating right there? Prime rib.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
You know who the dad is in this movie? Do you remember?
Oh, like when he like visits him?
Yeah, do you
I
remember?
can't remember who it was.
Kyle Chandler.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. I remember him visiting his dad. I just can't remember that it was Kyle Chandler. Holy crap! Who's Mary Elizabeth Winstead in this movie?
The sister.
The sister. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
She's so gorgeous. Why are so many gorgeous people in this film?
I mean,
So many gorgeous women.
attracts people. I don't know.
I mean, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Shailene Woodley, Brie Larson. I mean, I think she's cute.
Yeah.
Damn.
We have one more trailer to talk.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna dig my horse through the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't go on.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
It's like weird because that song is like widely associated with like memes and stuff.
Yeah, I was
So
like,
you're gonna throw that in your trailer? Like
I
that's
know.
not gonna hype it up by any means.
for those of you who don't know, we're talking about Rambo. Rambo 5, Last Blood.
Dude, my brother saw it during the Godzilla when he was viewing it.
Yeah.
And he was walking up the stairs, and Old Town Road started playing. He's going super hard going up the stairs. He likes it just he likes it as a meme too.
Yeah, that's okay. So first of all, let's start from the beginning. What do you think of the Rambo films? Do you like them? Have you seen them?
I actually haven't seen them.
You haven't seen any Rambo film?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the first one's great. First Blood.
Okay.
They really Fast and Furious their titles though, because it's First Blood, and then the second one is called Rambo: First Blood Part 2, which kind of makes sense, I guess. You know, third one is just called Rambo 3, so they just dropped the First Blood. They're just like Rambo 3. Fourth one, Rambo, just Rambo.
Oh no, dude! They did a Rocky on us.
They did. And then this one is Rambo Last Blood, which I guess makes sense because First Blood, Last Blood. I like the title. So, I feel like I'm sold on this more than you. I actually kind of liked what I saw. I'm gonna be real.
Okay.
I did. The only thing that really kind of took me out of it was when Old Town Road started playing. But then after a while, I'm like, when he's like shooting people, and it's like reverb, and it's like, ain't nobody tell me nothing. And he's like shooting people, and I'm like, it kind of works. It kind of works. It's kind of badass.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's kind of badass. You know?
No, you're probably right.
I mean, I don't know why, but yeah, I don't know what is going on with John Rambo. I don't know how he's still kicking around and still killing a bunch of people in his like 70s, but Sylvester Stallone, man, he just doesn't want to stop, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know because I don't know too much about the
Rambo series.
Yeah, I really don't feel like I have that much to add.
Yeah, I mean, they're good for the most part. You should watch them. Rambo.
So I've heard.
Yeah, especially First Blood. First Blood's really good. First Blood is very much a commentary on PTSD, and it's actually kind of a very serious film about how veterans were treated after Vietnam, and after, like, it was just about wartime PTSD, because he kind of tries to enter a town and they won't serve him. Like, all he wanted was something to eat. He's like a drifter, and he goes into town, and all of his friends died or whatever, and he just wants something to eat, and they're like, we don't serve your kind.
What kind?
Veterans.
Why?
Or because after the Vietnam War, there was a lot of hate for the U.S. military. You know, there was a lot of disdain toward the Army after that time. And because I think it was made in like the 70s is when First Blood came out. So anyway, like, yeah, they're like, no, you're going to have to leave the town. And then he like, they drive him to the outskirts of town. He gets out of the car, and he turns around and just starts walking back. And then the police come, and then it escalates to the point where the police are trying to arrest this dude in the woods, and he's just like guerrilla warfaring.
So it's not like mindless action by
No,
any
no,
means.
no, it's not. No, it's a matter of fact, the first one, like, he makes it a point, like, he doesn't want to kill anybody. He just wanted something to eat and stuff, and there's like kind of a really emotional scene toward the end of the film. I won't spoil it for you because you should see it. It's actually really good. And then the second and third one just kind of turned into
that. Yeah,
Commando.
that's the reputation that I got from it.
No, yeah, the first one's very different.
Huh.
Yeah, you should watch the first one. It's great. And this one, it does seem like they're going back to the more the roots of kind of not so much the first one, but they're definitely kind of taken off of the fourth one where it's more gritty. Although that fourth one, dude, was way too brutal. That fourth one was one of the most brutal films I've ever seen. It was disgusting.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like, ugh, like so gross.
I mean, was Wasn't that what was popular then?
Well, it came out in 2008.
Okay.
And it was just, I remember watching that in the theaters, dude, with my dad, and it was disgusting. Like, they'd make you hate the bad guys, that's for sure. They're throwing, like, children into the fire. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what? Like, you see these, like, I don't know, like, terrorists, like, cutting off arms and legs, and you see it all. I'm like, oh, what the, like, this is gross. It was so brutal, dude. This one, just judging by this trailer, obviously they can't show that much blood in the trailer. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that brutal. And I hope it's not, because that fourth one was fucking messed up. You know, it was almost like Saw, you know? Yeah, though. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I like Rambo.
Yeah. I'll have to watch the first one before I...
Yeah, exactly. First Blood, Last Blood.
First Blood, Last Blood.
This better be the last one. You can
never do that.
Yeah.
That makes me so mad.
If you... The
final battle. And then it's like, there's another one afterwards.
Or it's like, what was the final chapter? Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
Yep.
The fourth one.
Kept going.
They made 10.
It's unfucking believable.
It's crazy.
I knew that at least one movie franchise did that bullshit.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They're like, why would you call it that? You thought we were done? Fuck
Yeah, no.
Fuck no.
It was funny. The fourth one was called A Final Chapter, and then the fifth one was called A New Beginning. And
I remember. Yep.
I'm like, oh my God.
But like from the narrative perspective, there was actually a reason to do that.
Yeah, it did make sense.
It kind of did feel like it was starting over.
It did. Even though that movie's been out for 20 years, I'm not going to spoil it, but there is a twist with it. So plus that part 5, I think he has the coolest look. Just the mask with like the blue chevrons. I'm like, that's dope.
Yeah.
And yeah, Rambo. If you it has to be the last one. If it's Last Blood, that's full circle, dude. Yeah. Plus, he's way too old, man.
He is.
He's way too old.
I'm surprised he's even like, because I was like, wow, dude, that Creed look.
Yeah.
Real good on you. Like,
yeah.
Maybe this is what he wants to end on his career on.
Yeah, and then he's still doing like Rambo and Expendables. I'm like, okay, dude, like. All right, Rambo, Last Blood, maybe get this one out your system, but maybe you should retire from the action genre.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, I think Schwarzenegger especially, because at least Stallone still has, like, a good physique. Schwarzenegger, in my opinion, like, I don't think he can pull it off.
I mean, yeah, he's a
better,
politician now.
Like I said, he better not be playing the T-800, so my mom's home. Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
I got Tyler over here.
Hi, Carol.
We're doing
How
the.
are you?
Good. How are you?
Fine, honey. Thank you.
Look.
What?
Oh my God.
What'd you get?
He's gonna laugh. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you taping?
Yeah, we're doing the podcast.
Oh gosh, am I on it?
Yeah, you're on it right now.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Remember these?
What'd you get? Oh yeah, those are me. That's me. That's me in Greece.
Oh no.
As a kid.
This one I have to fix, but it's picking up the sand in Greece.
Yeah.
The different things they all slid, but.
Yeah, look at that.
Isn't that cool?
That's me as a baby in Greece.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, look, if you look over there, that's another picture of me in Greece as a baby.
The diaper shot.
Yeah, that's me and my sister. So yeah.
Take a picture of those and edit it into the video so everyone can see what
we're
talking
right.
about.
Everyone can see what we're talking about. Rambo. Yeah. Anyway, looks good.
That's the end of the trailers.
That's the end of the trailers.
Don't leave now. The movie's about to come on.
Excuse me.
Hey, theater. What do you do when you get stuck on a movie line with a guy like this behind you?
Wait a minute, why can't I
just
give my
maddening.
opinion? It's a free country.
I don't have anything.
I only saw Aladdin.
What'd you think of it?
Thought it was pretty good.
Pretty good?
Pretty good. Yeah, I didn't see I don't have an emotional attachment to the original Aladdin. Mm-hmm. So I feel like a lot of people, because this was at like a 70%, but then it started to go down, and I think it's at like a 56% right now.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people who have an emotional attachment to the original one, they'll
like
be
me.
like, yeah, like you. We'll be like, yeah. See, she's shaking her head. She saw it with me.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll probably be like, it's not as good as the original, you know. But I don't really remember the original, so I liked what I saw for the most part. Mm-hmm. You know, I think there is some like flaws here and there. My biggest gripe is the character who plays Aladdin. His performance is not that great.
Okay.
His acting. This is his first movie, And you can tell. You can tell. But you know how a lot of people were like nervous about Will Smith being the genie? I thought he was probably one of the most...
That's what a lot of people said. They said that the thing that they were complaining about the most turned out to be the best part of the movie.
No, exactly. Yeah, like everyone was so nervous from the trailer. I thought he was the most charismatic person in the whole movie. Like he added a nice bit of humor to it.
Well, that's just his chops, man. He's been doing it for a while.
Exactly. He Will Smiths it up. You know, so...
Smiths it up.
Yeah, so, yeah, his performance was really good. Also, Jasmine. Naomi Scott, her name is?
Mm-hmm.
Great Jasmine. She was a great Jasmine. I thought she was pretty perfect. Mm-hmm. The thing that was interesting to me, though, is that even though this dude has, like, the guy who plays Aladdin is not that great, you know, acting-wise, like, I still felt the chemistry between the two of them for some reason. Yeah. So I was still invested in their story as, like, a couple.
When they were promoting the film and they had, like, all those, like, the questions that they would do together, it seemed like they had, like, they had become friends or something like that.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Helps.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So I still bought like the chemistry. I was still invested in the love story.
Oh, okay.
You know, so I was still invested in it for the most part. And the cinematography, costume design, fantastic. The settings, the special effects for the most part, very good. You know, a lot of people were complaining about Jafar because he didn't look evil enough or whatever, like from the cartoon. I don't know. I mean, I thought he did a good job. It's Jafar. It's a different interpretation of Jafar, but I thought it was good. Because, like, in this movie, Aladdin has to trust him in a certain way. So you can't just make the dude, like, outright evil like in the cartoon movie, you know?
Yeah.
In the cartoon movie, they exaggerated his features to where he looks so evil. If someone looked like that in real life, no one would trust that guy. Aladdin would be like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere with you, dude. You know what I mean? I'm not doing anything you tell me. You know? So I kind of understand why they went with, like, let's make this guy look more trustworthy, more like... Yeah, like maybe he's on my side, you know, sort of thing, before he double crosses you. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Another little thing, Guy Ritchie has a problem with climaxes.
Oh,
you know?
I forgot he did this.
Yeah, he directed this.
Totally forgot that.
Yeah, he directed this movie. I think he just like remember Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Yeah.
That movie almost didn't even have a climax. The movie just sort of ended. I'm like, okay. You know,
I like that movie though.
No, it's a good movie. It's a good movie, but he just doesn't really understand climaxes. See, like with this, there is a climax for sure, but the problem is, it goes like, you know, climaxes are supposed to be like they rise until the peak, and then they fall.
Yeah.
With this movie, it's like a rise and fall. Like it's like an ebb and flow throughout the climax, and I'm like, Guy Ritchie, why?
Yeah.
You know, like even Sherlock Holmes had a climax, but even Sherlock Holmes, even though I really like that movie, that didn't really have much of a climax either.
I don't remember anything major in that movie.
It's like it was the final battle between him and Mark Strong on the bridge, and it kind of lasts like, you know, like 2 minutes, and like that's the climax. It's not bad, but I think Guy Ritchie just for some reason he kind of has a problem with climaxes. Like he just can't really figure them out. You know, it's weird.
Interesting.
It's weird, but it's the truth.
I'm still debating if I want to go see this because.
Well, you have an attachment to the original, right?
Well, yeah, but not even that. Just because there's like other things that are coming out.
Oh yeah, it's true. That's true.
Didn't Rocket Man come out?
Rocket Man did come out.
I want to see that.
So look, I really liked Aladdin. I felt the magic. I felt the whimsy. I felt the magic. I felt the whimsy. I actually liked some of the songs because they're mercifully short. Thank you. You know, I don't like it when they break out in a song.
That's unfortunate because wait till the day where I'm like, oh, we're gonna do top 5 musicals, and you're like, oh, number 1 is none of them.
Yeah, none of them. They're mercifully short. And another thing about going back to the musicals and the climax, though, I do have a gripe. There is an original song. I found out later that this was an original song for the movie. It's kind of like a girl power song, which is fine. I like the song, and the message is great. But it happens at the worst time. Like, again, it's part of the ebb.
Oh, it's just like
flow.
I'm Just a Girl and Captain Marvel. It's like literally the worst thing you could have played right there.
Yeah. I wouldn't... It's not that bad. It's not as bad as the I'm Just a Girl. But it's like the climax is about to happen. It's about to happen. You're like, oh, man, what's going to happen? Shit's about to go down. Song. And I'm like, why? This is not necessary.
Oh, no. I hate that.
And I'm like,
oh no!
And I'm like,
dude, you
no.
know what that reminds me of? Scott Pilgrim when he's fighting with the pirate guy, and he's just like, "If you want to fight me," you know what I'm talking about?
I can't remember that one.
Yeah, it's like the first X.
Oh, X. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, But overall, like, I really liked this film. I thought this film was pretty good. I enjoyed having a good time. I got emotionally invested for the most part. But there is one more gripe I have. There's a framing device, or not a framing device. There's a bookend of this film, meaning there's something that happens in the beginning and end. Pointless. It's pointless. I'm like, why did you even have that? Like, you could have just started the movie after that and it would have made a difference. But that doesn't really affect the movie as a whole for me.
Sure.
Because it's literally like 10 seconds. No, yeah. Look, I like this film. I always give these live action remakes kind of a more of a pass than other people.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I thought it was good. And I actually got emotional at some parts. I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Got emotional at some parts.
And what would you give it?
I gave it a soft 4 out of 5.
That is very decent.
It is very decent. But again, I can see why other people might not like it. Because they're not going to... Because like Aladdin's performance and like other things here and there, if they're like huge on the original, like whatever. But for me, I'm like, you know what? I don't even think I've ever seen the original Aladdin. If I have, I haven't seen it in like 20 years. I like it. I like what I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. I like the chemistry and like the love story. It got me. They were friggin' cute together. And I was like, damn. At least they pulled this off.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
So, yeah, like I said, I don't have anything.
You don't have anything? Well, that's fine.
I didn't watch a single thing this week. Except for Dread, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Dread.
And yeah.
So, but,
yeah.
Yeah, dude. No. My dog Taco's trying to get on the couch, but there's a microphone. Don't knock the mic. Yeah, we don't even have a list, do we?
No, we do not have a list.
We do not.
I think intentionally planned this to be
No,
short,
yeah, this is going to be short because I'm freaking slammed. I'm grand slammed. And the only reason is because I don't mind doing more today, but the thing is, tomorrow, I'm busy.
Yeah.
So, like, if this is a shorter episode, it takes shorter to export and upload.
Sure.
Everything takes shorter, so I really want it to be shorter. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys.
Yeah.
It's one of our shorter episodes, but it was pretty concise though.
Yeah.
There wasn't really any dead air. You know?
True.
Only dead weight. Tyler! No, I'm joking. I just took a... How did I do that? I just took a photo. I just took a screenshot somehow. Crazy. Yeah. So, whose turn is it to pick a list?
It's your turn.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll decide something later. But, you know what Jasmine says, right? You know what her song is, right? At the end of the movie? Or at the middle of the movie? A whole new...